Namaste, precious people, and welcome to today's yoga practice. This 20-minute practice is packed full of movements to help you feel relaxed and balanced. This practice focuses on core strength and balancing poses. We'll begin today's practice in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. So take the soles of your feet together, knees out to either side, gripping the front of the shins. And inhale as you find a arch in the back. And then exhale, round your back, send your weight backwards. Inhale, arch your back, take your gaze up and stretch through the front of the neck. Exhale to round your weight back. Take this at your own pace and rhythm. We'll take the right hand to the mat, stretching through the left side body by bringing the left arm all the way over. Walking that right hand out a little further, spiral the heart towards the sky, opening up through the left shoulder. Take it to the other side, left hand on the mat, float the right arm up and over. And then walk the left hand out a little further, coming up on the fingertips. See if you can spiral the heart open towards the sky. Come back to center. Bring your hands to the side, and we'll make our way to tabletop. Extend the left leg behind you and the right arm in front of you. Change sides, extending the left arm long, right leg long. Take a couple rounds of bird dog on each side. Trying to connect with those deep internal muscles of the core. Curl the toes under, walk the hands back. Find a toe balance, letting your knees out to either side. Take the hands to prayer at heart center. If this is too much, no worries. Just bring the hands down to the mat or a block. Finding a gentle sway left to right, just stretching the front of the knees and the toes. Bring the right hand to the mat and we'll extend the left arm towards the sky. Changing sides, the left hand on the mat, opening up to the right. Bring both hands back down, walk back out to your tabletop. Extend the right arm long and the left leg long, just like we did in bird dog, except this time we're going to reach the arm around, bending at the knee, catch that foot in your hand. And then kick your foot into your hand, pull the foot back with your hand, find that oppositional force, lift everything up, half bow pose. Release down. We'll switch sides, extending the left arm long in front of you, right leg out behind you. Swim that left hand around, see if you can catch that foot and take it up. It's okay if you wobble here, if you come out of the posture, just jump right back in. Reminding yourself that when you're challenging yourself is when you're actually growing. Bring it down to tabletop, sink the hips back for child's pose. Walk the arms out long in front of you. Resting on the fingertips. Make your armpits as large as you can. Make your way all the way to the belly. Bring the hands out a little past the mat. Again, we're up on the fingertips. Inhale to lift the head and chest, straighten the arms, baby cobra. Exhale to wave it back down. Inhale, push through the fingertips, lift the head and neck. Exhale down. Do this a few more times, maybe pulling the hands back a little closer to get a little bit taller. Moving with your own breath here. Bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders, Sphinx pose. Curl the toes under, engage your core to lift up to a forearm plank. Start to walk the feet in closer, coming to dolphin pose. This is just like downward dog, except you're on your elbows. Walk the feet out, back long to forearm plank. And then start to walk the feet back in closer, dolphin pose. Building lots of shoulder and core strength here. Baby step the feet out long, forearm plank. And last one, we'll start to walk the feet in closer, dolphin pose. Walk the feet back out to forearm plank, lower all the way down to the belly. Take a little rest here, make a pillow for your forehead. One deep, loving breath. Draw the hands in line with the chest, engage your core, push up or assisted push up lifts you back to down dog. Float the left foot all the way up, three-legged dog, and then step it up between the hands. Bring that back foot up a little further, preparing for warrior one. And there's length between these feet, but there's also width. So take care that that right leg is not right behind the front one. It's off to the side. Raise both arms up towards the ears. Lunge, twisting open to the left. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale, bend both knees, come all the way down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, find your lunge. Lift all the way back up. Hinge at the hip. Take your arms down by your sides. Straighten the front leg. Lift the back heel. Pyramid pose variation. And then bend that front knee. Plant the hand. Step it back for down dog. Wave forward through your vinyasa. Come all the way down to cobra. Lowering the belly, push-up or assisted push-up lifts you up to down dog. Raising the right foot high and then stepping it forward. Find warrior one on the other side. Back heel is down. The back toes are pointed out about 45 degrees. Both feet are flat and grounding through the mat here. This pose looks different on everyone. I'm a little short, so there's not going to be a lot of space between my feet. Lift the back heel, coming up on the toes. And we'll twist to the side to lunge. Inhale lifts you all the way back up. Exhale, lower that back knee down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist towards that front leg, lunge down. Find warrior one, so lower the back heel. Straighten the front leg, start to hinge forward, coming up on the back toes. Notice what's happening in your body. Bend the front knee, plant the hand, step it back to down dog. Wave forward through vinyasa, lowering all the way to the belly. Find your version of cobra or up dog. And send the hips up back for down dog. Any movement you want to do here that feels good, go ahead and do. Baby steps with the feet to the middle of the mat. Forward fold in the middle of the mat. Find a gentle sway, little left or right, ragdoll pose. Slow roll brings you all the way up. Take this as slow as you possibly can. Head is the last to come up. You can have your hands on your hips or the hands in prayer at heart center. We'll extend the left leg behind us. Keep the left toes on the mat. I want you to imagine that your body is one straight line. Start to hinge forward. Maybe you'll bring your body parallel to the mat, balancing on the right leg. Use your core strength to bring it all the way forward to a standing one-leg mountain pose. Start to hinge forward onto that standing leg, taking this at your own pace. Press down through all four corners of that standing foot, lifting up on the kneecap, and then float it forward, pendulating that leg forward into a one-legged Tadasana mountain pose. Arms are up towards your head. Send your arms back and around as you come back into Warrior 3. Warrior 3 of your variation. And then bring that back leg forward. Rest that leg down. Then we'll heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. Take a few rounds of knocking on heaven's door, gently finding a swaying, twisting motion left to right. Let your arms go wherever they want, just releasing whatever tension we just accrued. Heel toe the feet back together, hands on the hips or at prayer at heart center. Shift your weight onto the left leg and extend the right leg behind you. Right toes pointing on the ground. Find your footing in that standing leg. Imagine that your body and that right leg are connected as one straight line. Start to hinge on top of that front leg as you float the body down, bringing the leg with you. Maybe your body and leg will be parallel with the floor. It's totally okay if you lose your balance. Just come right back to it. This is where the magic happens. Inhale, pendulate that leg forward, one-legged mountain. Arms are up by your ears. And then send your arms back and around as you start to hinge back over that standing leg. Keep the quad of the left leg active. Every single muscle is joining this party. Lift your body vertical, bring that leg through one-legged mountain pose. Arms are up by your ears. Start to send your body forward, arms round back behind you. Find your version of Warrior 3. If you just want to practice balancing on one foot, that is totally fine. Lifting the leg forward, one-legged mountain pose. And go ahead and set that foot down. Take the feet as wide as the mat and another round of knocking on heaven's door. However that practice just went for you, let it go. Walk to the front of your mat. Come up onto the toes, so lifting the heels. Bring the arms up by your head. And then start to bend the knees, keeping the heels lifted. See if you can come all the way down to a squat. And then just lower your seat all the way to the mat. Slowly lowering down to partial recline. So we're on our backs, knees are bent, feet are flat. Press your palms into the mat, down by your sides. And lift your hips for a bridge pose. Keep pushing the feet down and pulling them in to activate the back of the thighs. We're not just using our upper spine as leverage here. We're keeping the core engaged. Maybe that right leg floats up for a one-legged bridge. And let that right hip drop towards the mat, and as you find your way into a supine twist. Left arm stretches out long to your side and your gaze looks after it. Maybe the right arm comes to rest on that top knee to assist the stretch. Lots of deep, loving breaths here. Let the knees float back to center. Preparing for another bridge pose, press the palms into the mat to activate the posterior chain muscles. Push into the feet to lift the hips, not letting the belly balloon up and out, but keeping everything together. Again, pushing the feet down and pulling them towards the glutes to activate the hamstrings. Extend the left leg up high for one-legged bridge. As you naturally relax the left side of your body, that hip is going to come down to the mat and you'll take both knees to the left, supine twist. Left hand rests on the top knee to assist the stretch. Stretch the right arm long and take your head to the right. Lots of deep, relaxing breaths here. Bring both knees back to center. And go ahead and kick your legs behind you. Bring your hands to support your hips. You can rest your knees on your forehead or your eyebrows if that feels good. Preparing for a shoulder stand. You do not want to turn your head here. Stay here or start to bring your hips even more vertically on top of your shoulders and extend the legs high towards the ceiling. Keep walking your hands up the length of your back, keeping the legs and core tight here, so squeezing all your muscles, and maybe letting the feet float behind your head for plow pose. Bring the hands back to support the low back. So if you're not familiar with this posture, just feel free to watch me instead. To come out of the posture, start to bring your legs back forward, supporting your back and hips with your hands. And then just letting your body unravel into your final resting pose, Savasana. Take a full body counter stretch here, arms overhead, gently arching your back. And then when you're ready, tucking your shoulder blades behind your back, snuggling those under by pushing into your elbows, preparing for Savasana. Preparing for Savasana. Letting your breathing grow shallow or maintaining some deep breaths, slowing it down. Gently roll to one side, taking a casual fetal position, resting your head on your arm or your hands. Using your hands to push your way up to an easy seat, crossing your legs in front of you. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. I hope this practice served your highest good. Let me know if you liked it in the comments, and please give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more free yoga. As always, may you be blessed, happy, and at peace. Bye.